Alright, guess it's time to get started. Hello everyone, this is Ron Phoenix. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we will continue some more Ace Attorney. The last time we played, we started Turnabout Goodbyes, and we finished halfway through. And this time, we will probably finish Turnabout Goodbyes. Yeah, we will for sure definitely try to finish Turnabout Goodbyes. So, without further ado, I guess it's time to get started. Day 3 trial. December 27th, 10 a.m. District Court. Number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution's also ready. Who's the judge here anyway? Mr. Von Kalmer, opening statement? Very well, no opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. Order, order! Mr. Von Kalmer, what is the meaning of the statement just now? Blah, why should you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. That mysterious boat shop owner. There he is. Witness, state your profession. I'm the prospector of the restaurant of Wet Noodle at Fort Lake. I also read boats. Well, not in the incident, you were involved in the boat rental shop, correct? Yep, I was. Please testify. Wait a sec. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah. I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. I'm not really sure, yep. What do you mean? My, memory, Your Honor. The witness does not remember anything beyond his last several years. Ergo, he can't recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness? Night of the murder. It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight. Yup. I was in the restaurant where I read boats as usual. Then I heard a bang. Yup. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore and the man walks by my window. Very well. I'd like to begin the cross-examination. There is nothing to question in my witness testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 minutes left before their 3 minutes is up. Judge, your verdict, now! Yes. Mr. Wright? Of course. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Roar! Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. By your window? Yup, by my window. Right outside the window of my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. I have a bad feeling about this. The man was a defendant. He kept saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith! He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure that person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him! That Edgeworth boy! This sounds like a decisive witness and evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. On karma, he lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I better act quick or this trial's going to be over. Your Honor, you proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found in the gun? And the photograph showing the man firing in his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything on the witness testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edgeworth said, I can't believe he's dead. But his words were all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in the court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes were perhaps too high of an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record. Enough. The witness may leave the stand. He was sleeping. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need to more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held penalty until at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now? Me! Huh? What? Larry? What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it till just yesterday, but today I remember it. Remember what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order. What is the meaning of this? The verdict has just been decided. I call for adjournment. One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So you say you heard the gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here at the court audience listening to the testimony. Then I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order. Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed. Judge, you already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, This is it. Larry's giving us one final chance to out this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could have made things even worse. Mr. Richard was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned. Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistakes have been made, every witness should be heard. What is this? I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now. What? The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. That was too close. Sorry to keep you at the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I get it. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Alright. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night? Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You said something, right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. And I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witness. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. It is the first time he had ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, Wright. That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. $7:27, 10:35 a.m. District Court, Court number 3. Court is back in section. Witness. Please testify to the court about everything you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry. Please don't mess this up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. Night in the murder. That night, I was out on the boat on the lake. I was looking for something, and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back in at the rental shop dock. Then just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over at the lake and I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. That was an unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we come this far. There's no way to go before, Nick. Wait a sec, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Bottle Heart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard 2 gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please! Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts? What? You only heard 1 gunshot? Are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Huh? Not sure? How can you be not sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, were you listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That's a crime? I listen to my radio. Everyone listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion? Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor a sloppy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue testimony? Continue. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony. Ugh. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost. Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio. Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Right, well, Larry heard. It's lonely being alone at Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to All Request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like, but I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I don't remember exactly when the DJ was saying when he heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume? Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is. George, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from a radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine this witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what the radio DJ said do us? Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see there's a reason why we should care. We should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask, Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer said when you heard the gunshot? Just when you said, hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. There's something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, didn't you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. There's that famous line. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the 2 testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness said he heard the gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim that he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence of this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by the witness yesterday, Miss Slaughterheart, with her automatic camera. Timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go up in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. This is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is in fact the camera that also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots between a 20-minute pause between them. Why would this be? Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes? There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why? The witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man. Clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol is bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday only heard two gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now that I find the truth. That third shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order, order. That would make sense of the evidence we're seeing so far. However, this leaves us wondering exactly when did this happen? When did happen that night in the lake? Exactly. If this is true, there are 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:30, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn the expert's guilty verdict. I got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right, and I mean, this is safe? Safe? We already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just doesn't clear up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? So you finally realized the truth? There can be no other murderer other than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong about Karma. The man who shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. This was shown by the witness photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammett, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammett fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this seems that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp of the phone did say 00:15, but Larry heard that gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammett was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the two men on the boat are. It's Edgeworth and the murderer. Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammett at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammett and me, Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to that lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammett called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammett's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammett's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know? Bah, again you waste my time. I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammett. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do all this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would we have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on the boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder really took place. Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. That way he can meet the victim without seeing anyone. Do you have proof where the boat shop was the scene of the crime? Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake on the boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Just then he was about to start to head home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he hadn't returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Court Lake? Please tell us the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start from the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammett to the shop. This was around 11:50. It was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammett's clothes. He became Robert Hammett. And he got on the boat with Edgeworth and went out to the middle of the lake. Then who fired the pistol on the boat, Your Honor? The boat shop. Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would you shoot someone twice if you didn't mean to hurt anyone? Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you ran out of explanation is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. To create a witness. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot will look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer wakes in bed and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him. Or see, to someone looking for an edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat has shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once he realized that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swarmed back to his shop, and he puts Mr. Hammett's wet clothes back on the body, and he threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Ford Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we were waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant, Moss Edgeworth, a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said? Yes. Well? Why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. That letter was signed Robert Hamath. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it is. Your Honor, sir! Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I request you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What should I do? Find him quickly. We can't allow him to get away. Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial till tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him. I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. December 27, 1:22 p.m. This is the court of number 2. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once he shifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our case weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's on us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You're trying to smile just a little. Relax. I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now. And I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get off my chest, but I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I had. A memory of crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Oof, what a way to leave us in suspense. Alright. Let me go grab a beverage real quick. Okay, I'm back. Got myself a drink. Let's continue on. 7:27 to 11 p.m. White and Coal office. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'll never take someone's life. Never. Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swoon in the aisles. How am I? Swimming? Me? Oh yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell you the truth, it was like love on first sight, right? Right, Nick? Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you could do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Let's talk. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would be found guilty. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy was pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seems pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know what he's feeling? He's telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true, but when you first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring an envelope with money from lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So they thought you did it? Yeah. The kid in school said I should be put on trial. Trial? Well, the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant. I didn't do it! Guilty! He did it! Guilty! It was you! Thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie! No one play with him! There's a bet you did it! You can't hide the truth! Tell us the truth! We're not gonna play with you anymore! Yeah, no borrow my eraser! You shouldn't be allowed to relay race! On the library committee, get back our 50 cents I loaned you! Hey, did you rob the bank the other day? No, Phoenix. You know, you shouldn't steal people's money. That's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I've done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money has been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only one who belongs to the trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. Miles? It wasn't you who stole my money, wasn't it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you also shut up? This is always how it is. Everyone getting up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Truly alone, without the friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well... I was just lucky I took a day off from school. If I'd been there when they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talk after the class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then he became an infamous prosecutor. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later that I learned Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had to become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's how you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I know he had to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believed in him. He's in pain, and no one on his side. I'm the only one who knows his real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who could help him. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right, and it very well may be. First, there was a rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who and what he is. I settle for who. I guess I could clean out some of the evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Hey pal, long time no see. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, hey? I got so worked up I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No problem, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. It's my duty as a police officer. No one wants to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing. Eek! No one can go through the woods today. The woods? Where Lotto was camping? The woods are on limits to camping. Apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one's been going in for a while. I guess Lotto's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Oh, there's still eyesores missing. Eyesore? Those are the hot dog stand that's close too. This Larry's too busy worried about Mr. Ezra to show up to work. Still eyesore, that's just pretty funny. The old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem! I know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Aha! Hello, what might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Mr. Grossberg, it's no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But what I saw from today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you want anything, I'll call by the office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyways? Who knows? Number 27, caretaker check. Nobody's home. Hello. Quack! Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello. Squawk! I can't believe you'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, Squawk! Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick? You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. Police know about her anyways. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's going to hit me. That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number of safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number of this safe? 1228. Squawk? Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aww. But hey. Keys are locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. Yeah, there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Oh, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. Handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be in here? How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammett and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out into the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know. It looks like these are instructions for the caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. Who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain, this letter is an amazing clue. This is a big clue. Right, detention center. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard a story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. The lunch money was stolen, wasn't it, in 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it's probably only mattered to me anyways. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That's sad. It does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, haven't you, Wright? So simple, to a fault even. Well, maybe yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why'd you become a prosecutor anyways? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Ray, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, that man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanayoki. He had to be a shooter any way you looked at it. Yet he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammett. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we were suffering oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened at the elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yogi was not the sound mind due to oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know from the courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick? He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved, and not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that is every case. All Von Karma does is his job to find the suspect guilty, perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should the weakness appear, he would do anything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I admit. No kidding. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe of the shack where the boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge? On me? Who's that old guy anyways? I don't know. Could he be innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something? Nice, right, but I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter then? Which means there was someone else behind it. And also intends to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hamath. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations of the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The man who was found innocent. Well, we're not talking about Yogi Bear, that's for sure. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thickened and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. I want to get out! Help! Get us out! Don't shout, you just used up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in the hospital bed staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into questioning. He claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress caused him temporarily insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh? But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I have the same dream almost every night. I wake up to a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You just use up more oxygen. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. So what are you? Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! What? And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung my ears for the past 15 years. But, that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that kept me insane for the past 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it was real? They say that sometimes people shut their memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I'm the true criminal DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. There's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about DL6. Yep. That's Grossberg. Mr. Grossberg! Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. You can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. He's... Oh, I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father? It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder... What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well... Also consider this. Yogi's quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, he wanted to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagine, Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father, the pistol fired, and the deed was done. No, I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected for murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey. My sister? But Gregory Edgeworth was very disappointed in Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma was an extreme man, forged testimonies and evidence were nothing to him. The result, he had a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And he lost, and died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on the spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yoki. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's why my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems like the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Oh, so this is the letter? It does seem like Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hamath. But why kill Walter Hamath? Hamath was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own. Huh? His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But when he got a client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He wanted that innocent murdered by no one but himself. He only was a freak man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Could it be meant for Von Karma? Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting. I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time in court reports. What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself. What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? Well, that's a big twist. If this truly was Mr. Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he must know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his father. He'll say so much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until he finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was a nightmare. That I don't know. Yet I do know Von Karma was both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to just satisfy the grudge against Gregory Edgeworth for harming his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won that trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of falsely evidence. Though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood. Falsely evidence? It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt the blow of his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was his first and the last vacation he'd taken for many years as prosecutor. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like going to sea, go to the mountains? I don't think he's never been a year out. You have strange ideas about vacations, Miles. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation for work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect practice so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma was going to bring up DL6. You can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth plead guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he killed someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I'll go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something is slim. I understand. Police materials. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Oh, no time to waste. Let's get going. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. It's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's pounding the payment for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, now I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there anyways. He could go on as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. On Karma. Huh? Why the drawer here is open? Someone must have been looking for it recently. I'll be able to say unsolved cases evidence. Unsolved cases? Nick, I file for DL6. It's completely empty. What? What are you doing in here? Nick! Oh, jeez. That's those eyes, man. Well, on Karma. You. How do you know my name? Huh? Have we met? Well, what are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team. Defense team? I beg your pardon. You see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. I like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Jesus, those eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, your student, right? I'm a mentor unless we can't even shed a veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second rate. Mr. Von Karma, you have an axe to grind on Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because he dealt the flaw with your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did, but what I don't get is, why do you take a son under your wing afterwards? Son of your most bitter rival. That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I have a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt. His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean? You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell you in court? You were right. Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder. Yanni Yogi? How many years has it been since I heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after you read it. So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter? Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You saved me from a lot of needless hassle. What? Nick, what is this thing? A stun gun. For defense. For self-defense, usually. Indeed. 600,000 bolts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence. Yeah, there should be, yeah. 600,000... Oh, don't worry. People won't die from it, usually. No, give me the letter. No! No! Whoa, what are you... Nick, run! Ah! But Maya! Out of the way! Wah! He got us. Our letters, gone of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Back to having no clues. Wait, Maya jumped first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya! The letter, did he take it? Huh? Oh yeah, are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot of that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. No good as a lawyer or medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be a way I can help her. I better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6 incident, evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. Yeah, she's only human. You're right. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Oh boy. This is gonna be the final part of this case. Let's do it. 728, 921 hand, support, red lobby. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to be settled at last. A lot of things. What? Well, what's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in from the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Uncommon isn't pushing too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Why, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone out on your way out. Whoa, yeah, pal. What's gone into that girl? Take the gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I captured a runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. You only say he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. December 28, 10 o'clock, courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. Defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceeding in this trial. I ask the prosecution to submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed by silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Conway, your opening statement? Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense is certain that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker was yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Brings me to the witness into the courtroom. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for policy. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got none. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi and I'm going to prove it. You lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. And how did you know that you didn't have anything to do with the incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory. You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on with that old cogger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. How can you say you have no motive? I say you do. You have a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hamath. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing over and over. You've been calling the witness' memory of the past and lack thereof into questioning. But does that really anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order, order. Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying Are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness' name. Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, the former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident. If figures a judge would have heard it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now. And I have nowhere else to go. Nick? How are you going to prove it? How are you going to prove he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we will compare it to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi's 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints? And you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with this stuff. Yup. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No. But couldn't we take DNA tests? Like he could take his blood or anything? That could have been easy. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as who it is this witness is. No one. Hey, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parent for a little comic relief? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Mr. Karma. Wait a sec. Cross-examine his parent? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parent. There's the famous one. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need not even ask. This is a farce. I reject. Wait a sec. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parent, Mr. Von Karma. I have the right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing come out of it, then I hope you're ready for consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. Well, this is happening. That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your honor? Please testify for us. Hello. Squawk! Great testimony, 10 out of 10. Certainly the most considered testimony we have heard so far. Very well. Begin cross-examination. Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk! Don't forget DL6, squawk! I can't do a perfect impression. If I get Polly to say that here, I will prove that the character has something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, quack. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot. Hello, quack. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Ron Karma expected this. He could have restrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we've forgotten anything? Alright. Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name? Polly, what? Mr. Wright, I think we established that the parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? It shows this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking this bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yana Yogi. All we have to do is to tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof of the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the DL6 case file. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on them? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in the case file is information connected to this parrot's name? It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yana Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see, I guess that is possible. Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does that make it my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Indeed. Alone is a little weak for evidence in the murder trial. You need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue. Maybe I'll get her to say this number to the safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get it out and say something, okay? Polly, what was the number of the safe in the shack? 1228, 1228. Wow, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with this caretaker? It does. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can a number in the safe tell us who their caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link the numbers to the caretaker's true identity? In the case files again. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright? Where in the case file is something related to the safe number? Case summary. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically the date at which the DL6 incident occurred. The day of the incident? December 28th? Boy, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah, he used the date of the DL6 incident and a number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. Oh, I see, it certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Ugh, this is no tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. That's enough. I think we reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, true coincidences are, at the same time, seems more like a pattern to me. Well, what are you saying? Summon the caretaker to the boat shop. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I need to do. I'm done. Nick, you look totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order, order! Yanni Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hamath and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hamath. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiance, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had said it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, chance to have my revenge on Robert Hamath and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. But wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hamath. Juan Karma, where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defense Miles Edgeworth is innocent, in this case at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take a stand? There's a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear as citizen for this particular case, so we'd like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hamath. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Did someone say ejection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hamath in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell him it was the murder of the DL6 incident. He's going to tell him he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday? No. Too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after the guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurrent dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess to my guilt. I am guilty of DL6 and the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime? A crime in which the statute of limitations ends today? I'm not really sure how I deal with this. Bah, it's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. We'll try for a man for this crime for 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Ooh. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Now then, I would like to resume the trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed the crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statute of limitations of the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Wong Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, not only I get to work. Please, please. That day, I've gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck at the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory at the events. The same claim Mr. Yogi was made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream, and everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that fire, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you tell me what page it's on. Our page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony. Look at the victim data on this file. It says it quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Was there perhaps another shooter who fired the second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we don't know when the second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There's no proof that the second shot was anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired was something to do with this case? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Possible. Now, Mr. Baumgarten, will save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have any evidence that the second fire of this pistol was related to this incident? Clearly this. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Shows the judge the contradiction in the photo. There's a bullet hole. It should be obvious the contradiction is here. I see a bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by the shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired the second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went through Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, you must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Well, Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? A murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 case file. Look carefully. Try the case summary page. Case summary? That's on page 1. Look what was written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. The second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth on this matter, the whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright, you have proven to us quite clearly the murder weapon was fired twice on the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Carmel said, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to dismount the defense claims. I praise the judge for the wisdom in this matter. God, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you say you do it, Nick, and you say you get Edward declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I won. I thought it was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could have been that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to this trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I don't. No, I do not. So you killed your father through that wasn't your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce the verdict on the defendant today right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day on court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright? Oh boy. Your Honor. I object. Mr. Wright, what grounds do you object? Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. God. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. He thinks waiting has not received us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it existed. What? We just heard proof that it did not exist. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping here. It's just that someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet? But why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Is there some pressing need for a murderer to search for the bullet? I didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for a stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah. The murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does it mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer? Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have taken it with you. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just taking off the top of my head, but what if that really what happened? Let me get this straight. At the time of the murderer themselves was shot, but they took the second bullet still inside of him, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime? Yes, I guess that could work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued in the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Kenny Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes? Two men fighting in the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol from his feet and throws it. The pistol discharged and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Thus, the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I can't deny the plausibility of what you say. What are you saying? Deny it, deny it. No one involved in the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident? He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Gregory Edgeworth dealt the blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for that man. That was his first and the last vacation he had ever taken of his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take a vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated a possibility that murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it? Or say it? Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma! Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Ugh. You don't object? I see no need. I honor this ridiculous outburst with my ejection. Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. And you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where I need to go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated me, have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That will leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull a bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you provide evidence to prove that I was shot? Yeah, of course. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proved Von Karma shot was... metal detector. Von Karma was perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving the evidence trail. So then I asked, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There's a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. You could use his metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this all over you to see what I can find. Ooh, he's sending bullets. I refuse! You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order, order, order! Your Honor, the defense requests that he will be allowed to use a metal detector. Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out of this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted. Something inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to the DL6. It is, but Mr. Von Karma, can you prove it? Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It was Mr. Wright who had proved something here. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6? Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL6 incident evidence. And that's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you can't convict me in any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, one day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. That's... a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? You may recall the term. It came up with the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of the weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is a bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings match, we would know that both bullets have been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder, and we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on the bullet, and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? What? Nah, I'm not doing all this. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth, only you could dare to fight me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with the penalty on my record. And you left a scar in my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth? It was a shock like none I have ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights had gone out. I went out to the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on, the elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. At this last moment, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke to the medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought? Another man who had come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have crawled a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You were innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? One Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crush him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. And now it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Whoa. I feel foolish. Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lada! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats! Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even no one was there. You were the witness of the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let's bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lada? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I think I'm trying to be investigative photographer real quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? It's over, Nick. My life is over. But why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianci. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Eddie, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Eddie. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual from you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's a suit that questioned me. When you said treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money you were stealing from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took a day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. And he saw the money laying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, didn't you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like you did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. the whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to saying back at school, when something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Right? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me! No, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does this lead me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, you get worked up too easily too. To death, the death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I'd known, I would become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I had killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Wanna switch right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner's on me. As the gumshoe took us out of town that night, we celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Good night from today, I like our offices. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah, first train for the mountains has already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. With the gumshoe helped, Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you're the one who stopped Von Karman, Maya? Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in the daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced that he had taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you're the one who rescued his last piece of evidence we need. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run the office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Whew, wow. What a game. Hey pal, Mr. Ezra just came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Woo! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Whew. This was a fun game. I'm glad I got to replay it again in front of you guys. Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Whew. Who, Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I've sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Yeah, sure. If you say so, Payne. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney whom I worked the advocate for, yes? Oh, you should know. I've been taking over management of Gatewater Hotel lately. Should you be in the area, please stop by. To anybody out there watching, thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad you're able to watch with me. Watch me play this game for me. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Oh yes, me as understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Man, this song's also good too. Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know they're funny? Oh, Jesus Christ, not again. I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I'm sure all that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye until the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyways? Well, it's in the mountains, of course. Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy at my tender age. Wright? Yeah, I remember, right? I'm a lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind him there's a ghost. For real? Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Oh, that is sweet. Yep, we're not done yet. Yep. We're doing rice. Well, I guess that's it for now. We will do Rise from the Ashes in the next stream. Yep. Oof. But Rise from the Ashes is a very long case, so it's gonna be a doozy. Well, there's no raid target, so there's not gonna be a raid today. But I am gonna end the stream here, so to any lurkers out there, thank you guys for watching. It's fine if you don't talk. You being here is what's important, so I thank you for that. And with that, that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.